Now we're joined in studio by a member of Parliament's Energy Committee and New Patriotic Party MP for Efia, Honorable Isaac Boamah Nyako. And he's here to help us unpack recent developments in the energy sector and also touch on a few other pressing political matters. You're welcome, Honorable.
Thank you for having me, Frema. How are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm also good, thank you.
Super. Now let's just go straight to this one Ghana cedi levy, that is lurking around. Before the Energy Sector Levy Amendment Bill was laid in Parliament, your committee met with the Energy Minister. Was this proposal discussed that it was going to be introduced?
Thank you very much once again, and a very good evening to our viewers and the good people of Efia constituency whom I represent. Let me just put on record that officially I've been moved from the Energy Committee to Finance Committee.
Right.
However, I have been co-opted back to the Energy Committee by the leadership as a friend to the committee. So I still sit on the Energy Committee, but as a friend of the committee, but now a member of the Finance Committee of Parliament. So so we get that clarity.
Thank you for putting it in context.
Yeah, so the few meetings that we had with the Minister for Energy, it never came up. So this was a very big surprise to us as a Parliament and as a people. So if you check the proceedings of Parliament yesterday, the minority leader had cause to complain with the leadership of the majority that this never came up even during conclave when they had to plan the business of the day. And so I think it was just one of the strategies of the government to take advantage of what is happening within the economic spectrum of the country to spring a surprise on Ghanaians and on us as a minority. And I thought that was very unfortunate because this was a very critical policy direction of government, and it required a lot of tactfulness, energy, and conversation. So even the need to have passed it under a certificate of urgency was quite problematic. And when they came to explain at the committee level, we made it clear that this particular decision of government is very unpopular, and it's going to cause a lot of destabilization within the market play in terms of our fuel.
Is that why you staged a walkout?
Yes, of course. We don't want to be associated with this. You see, it's not about the cost of fuel today. It is about the principle of pushing the burden of levying Ghanaians. And the levy is huge. It's 1 Ghana cedi per liter of fuel. And so if you do 4.5 liters, which is a gallon, you are paying over 4 Ghana cedis per gallon. That, I think, is too much. We are talking about levying a gallon. So if it was even 1 cedi per gallon, one would have even considered that would have been like 0.25 per liter. But to slap 1 Ghana cedi per liter, I think that is too much. It's so insensitive on the part of government.
The president himself has agreed to this because he's admitted that it's quite difficult. But considering where we are now, drastic measures need to be taken to avert a possible energy crisis. You don't think that this has to be done?
You see, Frema, let's be honest to the good people of Ghana. As a president, if you have an intent, the facts are before you. The blatant information concerning the energy crisis is clear. We all know the deficits that we face. And so if the president is minded to introduce something, it's good we engage. It is good you inform the good people of Ghana, give justification. You don't come and spring that surprise on Ghanaians. You don't use the fact that fuel prices have gone down to take advantage and slap it in the face of Ghanaians. So tomorrow, if the inevitable should happen and fuel prices begin to rise, what will happen? This is a bill that has come. We've passed it yesterday night, and it's going into law. The president may sign it today, tomorrow, and it will become part of our levies we charge in this country. And so when prices even go up, the levies are there. And the percentage, we used to pay 95 pesos, and now it's going to 195 pesos per liter. That is scandalous, Frema. I don't think that is fair.
Well, but so one of the justifications for this levy is to be able to generate funds, to purchase liquid fuel, so that the existing levies like the ESLA and others can focus on clearing the debt. You don't think that where we are, you mentioned the fact that the city is stabilized now, is doing pretty much better, you know, in recent times. Shouldn't we take advantage of this, looking at also the signs out there? I mean, we can't run away from the fact that we have energy challenges, we have situations. So is this not justifiable enough?
Yeah, so I'm not against government finding sources of revenue to pay off this legacy debt and the continuing debt that we face. But the reality is that there are inefficiencies in the system. We've been talking about this over the years. ECG is unable to pay for the electricity that they sell. We are having deficits of about 30 to 40% of distribution and collection losses. And so what are we doing to remedy the situation? And then secondly, is it the only way you can raise revenue? And that is why I'm saying that we are not against government trying to find ways of doing it. But can you pass all that responsibility to the unsuspecting Ghanaian? Why should that burden be put on fuel? Because fuel is the engine of growth of the economy. We are only gracious to God that we've had this stability in terms of our currency. It is important that we build trust with the good people of Ghana. When it comes to taxes, you don't just wake up and spring a surprise. You owed it to the good people of Ghana. You promised them that you were removing taxes. You took away e-levy.
Yeah.
E-levy was just 1% up to a cap. And then it was generating 1.2 billion. And then we had an issue with e-levy. If someone sends 1,000 Ghana, he was charged only 10 Ghana cedis. And we made noise about removing e-levy. And we thought we had done a good thing to the good people of Ghana. 5 months down the line, less than 3 months, we are here facing more than 400 percentage points in terms of taxing. And I think that is too much. You know, we should let the good people of Ghana understand that governance is not deceit. We should be able to go to them. You explain. And that is why I thought the engagement was not enough. You can't come to Parliament yesterday, tell us that you want to introduce a tax. Within 24 hours, you pass the tax, and then the president is out there telling us, oh, I understand your feeling, but this is something that we ought to do.
But the good people of Ghana don't want to experience doom so whatever it takes to ensure that we don't go there, you don't think government needs to do that?
No, so we are here. This is the position of government. We are not against the position, but we are saying that the levy and the quantum is too much. There are other innovative ways.
Right.
Then this, you know, when you tax fuel, it is an easy way of revenue generation. If you don't want to think, if you don't think of other ways that will cost you minimal, then you want to push that burden on fuel because everybody relies on fuel.
Very well, very well. Let's move a little bit away, you know, from that and look at election 2024. Your side went to petition the IGP for what? Considering that this is a polling station result verification stuff, what should the IGP do?
Frima, the court had pronounced on the 17th of January that the police should provide adequate security for the Electoral Commission to conclude the collation of the results. EC had indicated to the good people of Ghana that all they required was security because they have all the information to put together and make a declaration. Why is it that the police service have not done that? The next time EC wanted to do it, the police did not provide the men. They gave explanation that looking at some security concerns, they thought it wasn't appropriate. Beyond then, what has been the engagement with the Electoral Commission? Why are we behaving like this? 5 months since we were sworn in as MPs, the entire Ablekuman North area, they don't have representation.
But considering the primary responsibility falls on the EC, why not push the EC? Why the police?
It's the police who is to provide security. EC says, I'm ready. Because when they went to make the declaration, people stormed the place. They vandalized the premises of the Electoral Commission. So the EC cannot protect itself. The police, the IGP, is the head of the Elections Task Force. He has responsibility to make sure that everybody's security is protected, including the Electoral Commission.
But have you engaged, has the minority engaged the EC directly on this issue?
EC has made it known to all of us.
Have you engaged them directly?
She has spoken to us as a people.
people as minority or Ghanaians?
No, as Ghanaians. She says, I'm ready.
So you've not directly engaged EC?
We don't need engaging
right,
EC.
Okay.
EC says, I'm ready. Police, provide me security.
Okay.
If police provide security and EC says, I cannot declare, then we have a case to go to the EC. But the EC says, I'm ready. I only need protection. I need security. And why would we deny an entire constituency? It's a representative, even I, representing the good people of Ifia. Look at what we go through daily to meet the expectations of our people. So the entire Blekuma North, who is representing them? Is it the president? Is it the minister? Please.
Well, we can only wait to hear from the police and also see how this turns out.
But we need the media to support the people of Blekuma.
That's why you're talking about it here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Isaac Boamah Nyako is the Member of Parliament for Efia constituency. This is a Channel One newsroom.